can't believe it's already been 3 weeks since we began our van life here in New Zealand. All at once, it feels like we've been on the road for half a year and that it all began yesterday. For my own sanity and to keep track of time, here's what we've been up to during our first 3 weeks. It all began in Auckland, where we left the Airbnb that we've lived in for more than 2 months. Heading to the van we just bought a week ago with all of our things and slowly realizing that this would be our home for the next 6 to 9 months almost felt unreal. We had decided beforehand that we were going to start our journey north of Auckland, so that's the direction we headed. I look a bit serious, but that's all concentration getting used to driving a new van, and after a quick stop for groceries, we arrived at our first campsite. Here in New Zealand there are different kinds of campsites, and this is what's called a freedom campsite. It basically means that if you have a van that's self-contained with your own water supply, you can camp here for free, usually somewhere between 1 to 5 days, but sometimes unlimited. As we have a small van and a lot of stuff, the first mission was to give everything a spot, so everything could be put back in place when not in use. We were lucky that it was a sunny day, which made it easy to unpack and get settled in. And then all that was left to do was enjoy our first sunset with a drink. The next days went with exploring the area of the first campsite and heading on to the next one. We wanted to see how long it was realistic to freedom camp before we had to refill water and, more importantly, our battery. Alright, we are at a new spot.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. If you can see the mountains up here. Looks super cool.
Yeah, and there's like water and like a little beach, but it's a little bit rainy today.
Our second spot was less sunny, but near the coast with beautiful surroundings.
Do the hiking dance. The dance.
After exploring the area surrounding the campsite in the evening, we headed out on our first real hike the next morning. According to the signs, it would be a 45-minute walk up a lot of stairs and then only 25 minutes back down. Stupid idea. And while I'm seemingly out of shape in this one, I honestly thought we would have to wait for the spectacular views until we reached the South Island, but that wasn't the case.
Falls exists. Cameras be taken.
While we're getting up now,
Yeah.
there used to be a sacred place for the Maori, the remains of their most important chiefs. They put up here.
So there are dead people here?
Yeah. Well, probably not anymore, but that's what it used to be. Now I think we get a scenic view.
Whoa! It's like we see the whole New Zealand!
It looks so insane.
Whoa, what the fuck?
On top of this small mountain was incredible views of bays leading out to the ocean. We made it, as you saw Joy come up before, we made it to the top.
Yay!
It's actually, well, it's a lot of stairs, and apparently I'm in very bad shape. I just woke up with a headache, maybe that's it. But
For me it was easy, surprisingly. Normally I'm the complainer, but yeah.
But it was a good hike. The views are amazing up here. I think for me, New Zealand has been a dream for such a long time, but I think I mostly expected these kind of views on the South Island. So I'm happy to surprise the first hike we do in New Zealand is with stunning views of.
Even though it's cloudy, we saw a rainbow. It's so freaking beautiful.
Yeah. My mind was blown a little, and I think it really started to sink in that we were actually in New Zealand and have these scenic views all around us for the next 6 months plus. Next on our plan was to head slightly south again to our first holiday park or paid campsite. These are like regular campsites that you find all over the world, this one being $35 per night for the two of us. We planned ahead that we would probably need to stay at one of these for 2 nights a week since Joya has a remote job and we need to ensure that she has internet access for that. Besides that, it's also the perfect occasion to empty our grey water and refill our water tank. What I didn't expect was that this holiday park would blow the views that we had just experienced completely out of the park with an incredible sunrise straight out the back of our van. It's honestly a dream come true when I'm looking back on how I romanticized van life. A cozy walk on the beach and some much needed showers later, we were back on the road. Using the app Campermate, we can see where there are freedom campsites, and we'd already set our minds on some seemingly beautiful ones on the east coast. The only problem was that the weather was not really with us. In fact, according to the weather reports, the northern part of New Zealand was the only part to get hit by this bad weather. Of course, exactly where we were. That meant working inside the van, and if you don't already know, I do YouTube and filmmaking for a living while selling my own digital products to help out others, and Joya does a mix of YouTube and her part-time remote job in marketing. She had taken the first week off so we could get settled in, so we were both working on videos for our YouTube channels. At these freedom campsites, we were only allowed to stay for 1 night, so we headed further up the coast, but our van having a raised roof is quite susceptible to the wind, which meant that camping at these scenic beach sites weren't the most fun with the van rocking back and forth along with the harsh wind gusts. So after a bit of consideration, we drove a bit further north to a small town where we could camp at a parking lot for 2 nights next to a library. This was also a great occasion to charge our things and get some work done while we waited for the bad weather to end. After another night at a different freedom campsite with more rain, it seemed to clear up a bit, so we decided to head out on a mission to first charge our laptops again and then go for a hike. We found the worst McDonald's ever, but they had a block, so it did a job while we sipped on a mediocre coffee. Joya had found this forest walk that looked beautiful on the pictures. The only problem was that we didn't really research it properly before we started driving, and after a 30-minute drive on slippery gravel roads due to the rain, it turned out to be only a 5-minute walk. So we planned to go on a little hike today. And Joya found this forest walk.
Yeah.
That was 20 minutes drive from where we were. It was down a gravel road, which we didn't expect, but it was fine.
Our first gravel road.
Yes. And now we have arrived here. There's nothing here, no one here, which is nice.
But jungle.
But jungle, it looks cool. And then we just saw the sign that says a
It's
5
only-
minutes walk of 390 meters. So
It better be the best 5 minutes ever. At least we're outside, we're exploring a little bit. And
this is the first day in like 3, 4, 5 days that it's not raining non-stop, which is really nice. It was sunny this morning, now it's a bit overcast again, but yeah, let's go check out this walk.
let's go walk for 5 minutes. I finally see a photo of a kiwi.
Oh, that's what they look like.
The kiwi, a national icon, is a flightless bird that only comes out at night. It feels for its food, worms and insects with its beak. So we can only see it at night.
And then it's dark, so we can't really see it.
Good point. Apparently the Maori people climbed those big trees to get some sort of gum out and use it as a medicine. It's freaking high.
It does seem like it is a very, very short walk around, but it's very beautiful here. So I don't know if it's worth driving all the way here to see it,
Probably not.
just for like a short walk, but it is really beautiful, and the fact that we're here alone is also pretty cool. It was still incredibly beautiful, but had we known that it was only 5 minutes, we probably wouldn't have done the long drive on the gravel road.
Now we have to figure out where we're gonna stay tonight.
Yeah, we need to find a new campsite, and yeah, then we're just gonna camp out there. It was a bit of a random day without much direction, but it was also time to get to another paid campsite as Joya had her remote job coming up again, and we were looking forward to some hot showers. We camped out in Bay of Islands, which is one of the tourist must-sees in Northland. Since it's currently winter, we didn't go explore on a boat trip, which honestly seems to be where the hype is. So while it was still beautiful, although it rained quite a bit, we feel like we didn't get the full experience. After a few days here, we decided to head north as we wanted to see the northernmost point of New Zealand before we started our journey south.
To the north!
Instead of going in one day, which is definitely doable, we're taking our time. We stopped at another Freedom campsite, which, according to the Campermate reviews, is a backpacker favorite, and we definitely weren't let down. This very long beach was absolutely stunning in the great weather that we finally got, and with the only downside being the toilets being a 5-minute walk away, it truly felt like a mini vacation. We did walks on the beach, and Joy found time to read and paint in between some windy badminton. And with that, we set sail towards Cape Reinga, the northernmost point of New Zealand. That was such an amazing spot to be at. So beautiful, peaceful, and yeah, a little bit far to the toilets, but that's the only thing I really complain about here.
Where are we going now?
Now we're going to the north!
To the north!
Winter is coming!
Oh, winter is leaving winter.
Instead of just driving all the way up to the lighthouse at Camp Reinga, we decided to camp out at the closest Freedom campsites, where we saw there was a hike to the lighthouse instead. You can easily drive all the way up there, but what's the fun of that when you have all of this stunning nature all around you? And we definitely didn't regret our decision. What are you doing?
We are here!
Why are you not coming out?
I don't know, I'm stuck. I can't get out.
Did you open the...
Oh.
First of all, this campsite was a remote bay with no cell reception or internet connection, which made for a great mental reset for both of us. That is where we parked our van, and I walked up there to get a sweater. I looked back, and Joya's shoes are there, and Joya is there. This is one of the craziest, most beautiful, peaceful places I've ever been.
This feels like paradise, like what you can dream of, like it's in a movie.
There's no phone reception here, no internet, just a secluded beach where we can camp for the night, 2 nights. It's freaking insane. It's so beautiful. So even though it's middle of the winter, we're just standing in the water right now, and while it is cold, it's just,
It is really, really
it's pretty magical. And secondly, the hike which we had all to ourselves, was absolutely incredible. Much more beautiful than the lighthouse itself and the views from there. So far, so good. On top of the first peak, I think. Almost. And I don't even know if it's visible in the background, but somewhere out there is the lighthouse. And
Little white dot over there, pretty far.
now it looks like we have to go very, very far down. And then all the way up there again, and then out to the lighthouse. And we're not sure if we can get all the way out to, I can see where I'm pointing, that part, or if it's just the lighthouse. But still an easy hike so far. Very, very beautiful.
The day is ours if we just take it. There's no reason we should waste it. Oh, oh, oh. There's no mistaking when the sunlight's calling. Ready now for all that's coming. Oh, oh, oh. We're standing at the edge of all that lies ahead. I think we got it. The life we want.
We are now at the most northern part of New Zealand.
Made it!
Only took 2 hours
Yeah, we
For
hiked
us.
pretty fast.
with stops and small detours, so
I can't believe we are at the northern point of New Zealand right now.
it's crazy.
And it's so cool because there are like two oceans meeting with each other. So you can see like whirlpools and stuff. Really cool.
Yeah. We made it. Checkpoint. That's the first of the 4.
Yeah, now it's gonna be east, south and west.
Yes. It took us a total of 5 hours to hike to the lighthouse and back, and then it's finally time to head south. Kind of. I have a package coming to a postal office in the north that I thought would arrive sooner, so we're kind of just waiting around for that to come. In the meantime, we've camped at another paid site near 90 Mile Beach, which, funny enough, is 88 kilometers long, so I don't really know where it got its name. But either way, Joya got her remote job done, and we decided to stay an extra night to get some extra work done on our YouTube channels. And as I'm sitting here making this video, we're shuffling between campsites, waiting for this package to arrive. So with that, we're pretty much caught up to what we've been doing for our first 3 weeks of Vanlife. So I guess I'll just see you in the next one.